Hi everyone, welcome back to part 3 of our day 1 class, online class. So after learning about some print commands, some errors, let's look at some exercises that we can practice together. Okay, so we have our first exercise. So we have system.out.print Java is, system.out.print line Java fun, system.out.print and cool. And we have 4 answers. Java is fun and cool, Java is fun and cool, Java is fun and cool, Java is fun and cool. So why don't you guys pause the video and try to solve it on your own. Okay, I hope you guys have finished solving it and I will discuss the answer. So remember that print without an ln means it's on the same line. So we would have Java is, right? And then fun, it would be on the same line because the previous line, we refer to the previous line here. There's no ln, it's on the same line. And cool, but this one has an ln here, so it needs to be on the next line, right? And cool. So this should be the structure of it. So we can eliminate A because there's 2 lines, right? So there's 1 line, 2 line. This one, it can be possible. This one, there's 3 lines, we can't do it. And this one, there's 2 lines, we can do it. So we have to just determine the difference between B and D. We can see that here there's no space and here there's a space. So we have to go back into the code and see, oh, after is, there is a space. So that means B can't be correct because there must be a space between is and fun, right? And so therefore D would be the correct answer. All right, cool. Let's look at the next question. So the next question states, print line, roses are red. This is line 1. Violets are blue, line 2. Unexpected, this, line 3. On line 32, period, line 4, right? So the code segment is intended to produce the following output, but may not work as intended. So here we can always see there's no semicolon after each one. That's an error for sure. That's a bad habit by the people who made the exercise. So I'm going to put it in because it's not the problem. So they want us to produce this. Roses are red, violets are blue, unexpected thing on line 32, right? And what change, if any, can be made so that the code segment produces what it wants it to produce? So basically, when we tackle this question, we need to make sure we have to know what output this produces and compare it with this that they want us. So why don't you pause the video and try to solve it on your own. Okay, so we should be able to try and solve it on our own. So let's look at this. Replacing print with print line on lines 3 and 4. So what happens if we put ln here? Well, then it would just be roses are red, violets are blue, unexpected bracket on line 32. And this is like 4 lines, but they expect 1, 2, 3 lines. The number represents the line number. So line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, right? And we only want 3 lines, so A can't be correct. Replacing print line with print on line 32. Well, what happens? Well, for B, right, this is A. For B, it will be roses are red, violets are blue, unexpected bracket on line 32. It would be all on 1 line, but there are 3 lines. Remember, there are 3 lines. So B can't be correct either. Let's look at C. Removing the single quotes in line 3. So basically what happens is removing the single quotes, it wouldn't give the single quotes right here. It would leave them out, right? If we have this, we would leave these out. So this can't be correct. And I kind of spoiled the answer. Sorry about that, but we do put the semicolon after the parentheses after each line. Basically what happened was my instinct was to put a semicolon after each line. So we need to make sure that we put the semicolon after each line as a habit, just like how I did. Oh my God, there's no semicolon. There's an error here. Why is there no semicolon, right? So D would be the correct answer. That that would produce this output. Okay. All right. Let's move on. So this is our last question for this set. Let's just try to fix each line of code. So we have we have 3 and each one has an error in it, okay? So we can look at number 1. Let's pause and make sure that you can try and read it and to fix it. Okay, I hope you guys finished question 1. So system.out.println, I have an apple. So there's a semicolon here, system.out.println, I have an apple. Good, everything's good. But notice how these are single quotations. When we have something here, a string literal in here, remember we need double quotations, right? We need double quotations and then something. So how we fix it is we just add a quotation mark. So it turns into double quotations. So this would be the correct answer for this problem. Okay, let's move on to question 2. Let's give you a bit of time, pause the video and try to find the error. All right, I hope you guys found the error. It's pretty easy. System.out.println. Yeehaw. All right, guys, sorry about it. I had a few technical difficulties. So, okay. So, there was a little bit family problem, but let's continue. So everything is fine up until here. We're missing a semicolon. Remember, everything needs a semicolon. Like if I say I like apples without a period, this is incorrect, grammatically incorrect. That's the exact same as Java, right? The teacher will be like, oh my God, no period, 1 point off. Well, in Java, it's like, it won't even compile, right? It'll just give you an error. So this number 2 needs a semicolon. Number 3 is a little harder to find. So pause the video and try again. Try to find the error. Okay, I hope you guys pause the video, finished finding the error. So let's go through here. System.out.print. Java is cool. So there's a semicolon, double quotations, string literal is good. But we have print L. Do we know what print L is? We only know 2, print and print L. And we don't know what this is. We can't mush these up to go like print L. It doesn't work. There's only 2 ways. So the error here is we can either change this to ln or we delete the L. There's 2 ways to solve this. Okay, now I wanted to talk about one more thing. So when we were talking about error, right, we wanted to see if we didn't have a semicolon here, right? So if we didn't have a semicolon, what would happen is if we executed, okay, let's look at it. It would say error, 1 error. Why? 4 error, semicolon expected. So the Java even tells you, oh, you need a semicolon, you need a period right here where the caret is. 4 is because it's on line 4. If you can see on here on the left side, it's 4, meaning it's on line 4. You need a semicolon. And when you hit that semicolon, you would have a normal. Hi.